So after Al finishes his breakfast, two of us are actually going to make our way up to Mount Saint Helens, the north side of the mountain. I think we're going to make our way around Coldwater Lake. That's what we decided. There's a trail that goes around the lake, and then we'll see how much further we go after that. It's going to be super hot today. That was what the forecast said, but I guess it's not going to be as hot as they anticipated.
It'd probably only be in the 70s up there.
Oh.
They said 80 or low 80s for Portland.
Okay, so that'll be great.
Probably 10 degrees cooler up there. Unless we're in the sun, which shouldn't be too bad.
So from that area, we should be able to get some really good views of the blast side of the mountain, some of the aftermath of the eruption, and then the regrowth that's happened since the eruption. These are Al's hiking boots. They've been used quite a bit, but he said they've still got life in them. These are the ones that you went on that hike that you were describing to me up Mount Saint Helens?
Yeah.
Those, both of them?
Yeah, I think the same boots on both of those.
Both those hikes, and then Mount Hood too.
Mount Hood 2-3 times.
And around Mount Hood.
And around Mount Hood, yeah.
And they're still going strong.
Plus other short hikes here and there.
Yeah.
Yes, I know they need coating. Don't tell me.
All right, Al's got all his gear. I think we're ready to go. We're gonna take my truck, head up to the mountain. Al and I are headed up the I-5 corridor, as they call it, I think, on our way to the exit that we're gonna take, which is the Castle Rock exit that takes us to the Mount Saint Helens Institute up there. So before we go on our hike, Al and I are making a pit stop here at the Science and Learning Center. Pretty famous place here when people come up to visit Mount Saint Helens. So I think that's Coldwater Lake, right? So I think we're gonna go down there at the boat launch of the lake, start our hike down there, or there's another parking lot over there for other trailheads. The mountain's right there, but we got some cloud cover, so hopefully in a few hours that will blow over and we'll be able to see the top of the mountain. Just below those clouds you can see the bit of a crater there.
So there's well, this is an exhibit.
We got ourselves some maps on the inside, so maybe that'll help us find our way around this place. Yeah. Exercise. Checking. GPS. Found. Start. All right, Al.
We're off.
Ready to do this thing? So we're taking the Boundary Trail over to Johnston Ridge Observatory.
I would say so.
And we're off.
Are we there yet?
It's not bad in the shade here so far where we've been amongst some trees, but I know that it's gonna open up once we get further down the trail here and it's gonna start getting hot. These clouds are moving too. Yep. 4.5 miles to the observatory, which, yeah, up there somewhere. Clouds are starting to move. Starting to hit some hills now. A little bit of a climb. The mountain's starting to expose itself a little bit more and more. There is some snow a little bit on this side over there. I think Al left his water bottle in the truck, but I always keep one of these in my pack. It collapses completely flat in case I run across a spring or somewhere to get water. I have an emergency cup here, Al.
I'm good for now.
You want some water? You sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, if you need some,
Okay,
I can do that, and we got water.
Okay,
So,
no problem. I feel the attitude though. A lot higher attitude than we had yesterday.
I made a dumb comment down there where I was saying, hey, we got pretty lucky. All this cloud cover is really providing a lot of shade for us. Imagine what it would be like if all these clouds went away and the sun was just baking down on us. That would be really hot. I spoke it into existence. He forgot his water, but he's got 2 cans of beer and his backpack. He didn't forget those. You got a cold pack on him? There's a really nice breeze blowing right now. Off in the distance you can hear the river running down there. I'm not sure if you guys are picking that up. But yeah, you can hear the river from all the way up here. Really beautiful. So the trail goes over there. We were just down there, all the way down there. Now we gotta go up there. And watch your step right here. Oh boy, gnarly corner right here. That was cool. That bird was just, it's not even flapping its wings, it's just gliding. Paintbrush, you said?
I think that's what it is.
Might be, yeah. Yeah, we're seeing colors up here now.
I don't know what lupine looks like, but I can't remember.
Let's take a look. Oop. Yep, I think Al was right. Paintbrushes. Paintbrushes. We believe this is a member of the genus Paintbrushes. This tree is full of bees right here, just so you know. I didn't realize it until I walked right past it, and then I heard all that buzzing. I went, whoa.
Not a good place to get stung.
They are all over there. Jeez. So Al and I were just looking at our map here, and the Mount Saint Helens Education Center, that's where we went to first in the truck. That's 3,100 feet. And the lake, Coldwater Lake, is about 2,500. That's where the truck is parked. Right now we're at 3,800 and climbing, and our destination at Johnston Ridge is 4,300. So we got about 500 feet of climbing to go, which Al said, you got it in you? That's about the climb up to the top of your hill from your house, right?
Yep. Except the elevation is a little higher.
Right, yeah, we're
It's a little different.
yeah, we're up here already, and then we got to climb more. Is your house at like 1,000?
500 on the top of the ridge is about 1,000.
Okay.
Get a video.
There's a little platform right there.
I think maybe it's 3/4 of a mile from here.
Oh, really?
I bet.
Yeah, probably right.
Probably the viewpoint.
Oh, you think so? Oh, yeah, you might be right.
3/4 of a mile. He's been.
Yeah, my watch says 4.4. I'm going back and forth, setting up the camera. Yeah, if this road was open, we could have just drove all the way up here. But that just would have been too easy. So this was after the eruption, pretty flat and filled in. And then it looks like, so March 82, a small eruption melted crater ice and generated a mud flow that carved the Loowit and North Fork Toutle channels. Runoff from rain and snowmelt continues down cutting the channels. In 2009, Loowit channel had an average depth of 210 feet. Pretty wild. Yeah, 3/4 of a mile to go. We just stopped at that viewpoint right there and met a really cool couple from Germany. They were super nice. They're gonna head up to the same spot where we're going to. So we're about to make it up here to our destination, and Al decides to tell me now that he's got a bit of a bum knee, but it only hurts when he's going downhill. So
Maybe. Not
yeah.
all the time.
we'll see. There has been a few downhills. How's it been
Yeah,
on those?
that's okay.
Yeah. This road right here is closed for vehicles, but we're thinking of just walking back down the road instead of taking the trails that we took. It'd be a lot easier on Al's knees.
All right.
Johnston Ridge right up there.
Wow.
We did it. Nice job. That was awesome.
I quit.
So here's some more photos showing the changes over time. 80 to 86, 86 to 04, 04 to 08, and 2010. And there's a before, and there's the after, and there's now. Quite a sight to see, people. If you ever get the chance to make it up here, definitely recommend it. Al says it's time. He's got his pub beer here. Did it stay cool?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Dang. Ah, pretty good. Cheers, Al.
Glad you don't drink.
Yeah.
More for me.
Yeah. Refreshing.
Yes.
So before we head out, I'm gonna make it up to this last little climb up here. Al's finishing his beer down there. The man doesn't drink water. He says he thinks he's part camel. He barely drinks any water ever. His whole time He hasn't drank any water. I offered him that little cup. He's like, no, I'm good. And he's chugging that beer instead of water. So yeah, I think he is part camel. But he's definitely done with the climbing for the day. So I just wanted to see if the view is any better from this point up here. It's pretty awesome up here too. Compass. Mount Saint Helens National Volcanic Monument, Johnston Ridge, elevation 4314. Success. Look at the stats as we're heading downhill here. We're at 40 to 30 feet. We're 4 hours in. 4 hours and 5 minutes since we left the truck. And according to my watch, we've gone 6.27 miles. So man, it's gonna be like, oh, there's a phone here. It's gonna be like 10 to 12 miles round trip. Lots of climbing too. Emergency phone. I think my watch shows the ascent there. I think that's what ASC means. Almost 2,000. Gone 6 miles and climbed 2,000 feet. That's pretty steep terrain. Yeah, it's a good day. Interesting. So here's a washout here. The road got taken away, but they rebuilt a 1-lane pass here. Looks like there's just a culvert going underneath here. Oh, 2 culverts. Wow, that's a big washout there. Yeah. Beer number 2 for Al. Might as well kill it.
Carried it far enough.
The road starts from up there and winds around, and then we just got a little stretch to down there.
Oh yeah, a little.
I'll just keep telling myself that it's a little.
Yeah, it's a littler than it was. Okay, we turned this corner.
Right there, yeah.
Dang, that's a long way.
Yeah, we got to go just about as far as we've already gone.
About halfway.
A little bit farther.
Wow.
It kind of feels like we're the last 2 men left on Earth out here walking down this road, and we know nobody's going to come because the road's closed. And Al was just saying we should take advantage and walk on the yellow line because
Doesn't happen very often.
yeah, it's rare. This has been a pretty awesome day, Al.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. Well, it was your idea.
It was?
Yeah, we were talking about, I was talking about Mount Saint Helens, and I'm going to make this video, and we were looking at a map. And then, you know, I was just looking at your picture books and stuff, and then you're like, you want to hike? I was like, yeah, definitely. Because I was planning on coming out here to this area to do some filming for an upcoming video that I'm making about Mount Saint Helens specifically, and the day that it erupted. And so I was talking to Al about that and his memories of the day that it erupted and where he was and what he was doing. And then we started looking at a map, and we decided
it's all my fault that I got sore legs now.
Yeah, I think so.
Darn, I was going to blame it on you.
I think the record will show that it was Al's idea.
Okay.
Diary of Destruction. I plan on, oh, that's cool. Plan on doing a hike and doing some filming on the blast side. All the trails out there.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going.
Oh, really?
If you're not going to run.
Yeah, I can just hike.
Or Or I can hike and you can go as far as you want. And
Yeah.
get me on the way back if I
That'd
go
be
blind
cool.
or something. I love hiking.
Okay.
Get away with anything.
I could be misremembering that. I don't know.
I guess we still end up friends after all this. It's a good deal.
Yeah. Alright, there's the truck. 7 hours, 42 minutes, 13.24 miles.
In the record book.
In the record books. Wow. Al said he found his new limit today.
I know my limit now. This is from when I climbed the mountain.
Oh, when'd you do that?
Well, there's all the details on there. This
July
was way-
65?
This was way back before it erupted.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. So it says Mount Saint Helens expedition. Oh, consumed on Mount Saint Helens expedition. July 25th, 65. Climb began at 4 a.m. Summit reached at 12 noon. Descent started 1 p.m. Base camp reached 3 p.m. Alan and
Me
Carol.
and my first wife.
Ah.
And then here's one I did after the eruption.
Oh, really? Consumed on Mount Saint Helens expedition. June 27th, 1991. Still before I was born. I was born in 92. Climb began 7:12 a.m. Oh man, you guys, you slept in on this one.
I know, that was way later. But it was shorter. The mountain wasn't as high on this one.
right. Yeah. Summit reached 1:30. Descent started 2:30. Base camp reached 6:20.
In a thunderstorm, by the way.
Really?
When we came down, we
It was
just
pouring?
made it just before. It hadn't started yet, but
Oh,
there
wow.
was thunder and lightning all around.
Wow.
When we get to the parking lot.
So, Al.
This was me and a friend from Iowa
Okay.
and my son, who is
Jesse?
about 6 years old at the time.
No way.
Yeah.
You guys all reached the top?
And we all made it. This girl that was with us, she was, after we got up there, almost to the top, I found out she was deathly afraid of heights.
Oh my gosh.
And when you're almost to the top, this is after the eruption, there's a big snow field, really not steep or anything, just smooth. And then when you get to the top, all of a sudden, the earth it's just straight down. And she wasn't expecting it.
Oh.
She got up there and took one look and freaked out, turned around, sat down. And she would not move until we were ready to start down.
I can't
And then
imagine.
I had to tie a rope on her to get her to move down.
Oh.
But,
Oh my gosh.
But my son Jesse, he was, this is great. I had to tie a rope on him to keep him getting too
Yeah.
close to the edge.
Yeah. He was excited?
But yeah, that was a great trip.
Oh man.
And he made it great for a 6-year-old. I didn't have to carry him until maybe the last quarter mile at the bottom.
That's impressive.
After we got to the tree line, and he was worn out. I had to carry him the last quarter mile or so.
Mm,
Yeah, it was a great hike.
that's cool.
But you get up there and you just gentle, nice, snowy slope, and then all of a sudden,
Oh,
the earth drops away. You're looking
jeez.
straight down into the crater.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So how's the water level now?
Oh, it went up to the spring again today, and it's finally filled up.
When did we go on that hike? Was that
I think it was Wednesday.
Wednesday? It's been almost a week.
Yeah, a week tomorrow, and I'm just about back to normal.
Yeah, you think so?
Let's do the next one. I found my limit,
Yeah.
which is a lot less than that.
I mean, you hike around here
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, but that's like half hour, an hour, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. Not 7 hours.
Yeah. But it got me thinking, like,
Mhm.
a lot of people, especially Al's age, would not be able to do what he did simply because the walking that you do around your property certainly helps.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't do that, I think you would be feeling a lot worse.
Yeah.
So just those little bits of exercise that you do on a regular basis sets the stage for you to be able to do something like that on a one-off occasion.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you're still able to do that at your age.
Yeah, I know people 20 years younger than me that have trouble going up and down stairs. I can't imagine being like that.
Yeah. But I mean, you've been active for a long time,
Yeah.
consistently active. I think that's what's allowed you to be able to do that.
I agree.
Somebody younger than you who's unable to just make it up the stairs. A lot of people have physical issues that they can't help. They, you know, they would love to be able to do what Al can do at their age, but they're just not able to. But then there's also, sometimes you think you're over the hill far before you are even close to getting over the hill. So you start to slow down when really you've got a lot more in the tank, I think.
Yeah, I like the challenge too. I like to see how far I can go and what I can do.
Yeah.
And see what my limits are. And yeah, that was my limit. Yeah, I quit smoking when cigarettes went up to 25 cents a pack. So that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
That helped.
Yeah. Hitting the reset button every once in a while and figuring out what that new limit is.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. You know, there was a point during the hike where I was like, hey, Al, you know, we can turn around if you want to, because I recognize.
I remember that.
Yeah. I was telling Al, I was like, man, we don't have to go all the way up there. This is good enough for me. He's like, we can't get that close and not make it. I've been on a lot of hikes and runs with other people, and I know what it's like to feel motivated to get to the point where you were planning on getting to. Like, we were planning on getting to Johnston Ridge, and it was like, all right, let's make it there. Come on, we got to make it there. And you're not thinking about what you're feeling like, what your body is feeling like up to that point. You just want to get there. And then once you get there, you realize, oh my gosh, I have to go all the way back now. We have to go back to the car. And I'm like broken and doing it out and back instead of a loop. All right, you got to go all the way back now.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, I kind of wish we'd gone back down the trail now, but whatever. We got there.
Yeah, we got there.
Yeah.
Overall, really cool experience. Really glad I got to do that with you, Al.
Me too.
And I inserted a clip of our conversation when I was like, we were talking about Mount Saint Helens. I think it's evidence that it was Al's idea to join along, but we'll see. I'm gonna insert it. It's kind of ambiguous, you know. You could say, oh, like I kind of brought it up, and then Al was like, oh, that would be cool. But so it's not super clear
Okay.
whose idea it was. So we'll have to see what everybody thinks once the video is put together.
All right.
So let us know whose idea it was.
Well, I thought it was all your idea. Yeah, I went along with it anyway. Whatever. Whatever idea it was.
Yeah.
It was a good idea. I'm glad we did it.
So I've been spending a lot of time with Al this week. We did the video where we cooked breakfast and he showed us the spring and his water system and all that. And when we were up at the spring, I think we did something that day, or there was a leak that was caused shortly thereafter up at the spring, right?
After we were there, it started leaking bad. Yeah.
And then your water pressure dropped
Yeah.
pretty low. That morning that we were cooking breakfast, you were like, there's not a lot of water coming out of the sink.
Not much water pressure. I don't know what we did up there yesterday, but
Just a trickle.
that's about half of what it should be.
So we knew that the whole time we were hiking, or I'm sure Al knew that. Like, he's got to fix that when he gets back home so that he can have water. So the next day,
Yeah, I had to hike up to the spring the next day.
after being all sore and stuff from that hike, he woke up and hiked to the spring And
well, it was a little later in the day after I got loosened up a little.
still,
Yeah,
man.
I made it up there okay. Getting out of bed and coming down the stairs was the hardest part. You know? After I started moving around, I could move a little bit.
Yeah.
Water's back to normal.
Can we check the water pressure and see what it's like now? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's better than before.
That's never been really great, but this is normal.
Normal, yeah.
Yeah.
One of my next projects, I think, is going to be helping Al do some repairs on his plumbing underneath the house, right?
Right under there.
Okay. There's an old iron pipe under there?
Yeah.
So I've got some leftover...
that one works good.
I got some leftover PEX fittings and stuff that we can use from one of my projects up at the cabin. Try and replace some of Al's fittings because I think this stuff is original, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when I built the house.
Yeah. So this is the hot right now, but then when you turn it,
about the way it's been.
yeah,
It's usable. Then when you turn the cold on,
yeah.
it's really bad.
So you think there's something in that
I think the
cast iron
pipes are rusted up.
and it's preventing the water from flowing like it should, like it does through the hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I went back up to the cabin and brought this bucket full of plumbing goodies with me to see what Al can utilize. And then we'll probably have to go to the store and get whatever fittings we're missing, but I should be able to get most of what he needs right here. So I'm still house and dog sitting for the South family. So I'm just down the road from Al, but I do have that video about the day that Mount Saint Helens erupted that I'm working on. Really looking forward to putting that out. For those of you who are watching this video in the very distant future, lucky you, that video is already up on my channel, so you can go check that out.
I worked up in the Mount Saint Helens area before and after the eruption.
The force took it over us, and most of it went the other direction.
I mean, being so close, 11 miles, you know, as a crow flies from the mountain. And she came down and told us, she goes, the mountain erupted.
That's the one thing I really remember was the cow. I remember was just covered with ash.
The cow.
It was just incredible how the blowdown was, because the giant trees just literally looked like matchsticks laying all in one direction.
Because there was no bridge. The bridge was taken out by logs, logging trucks, any of that stuff that had been up above that they were logging came down the river and just wiped it out.
So it's up in Cougar. This is some of the stuff that came out of the mountain. Things this size were just kind of floating down. You just go out and catch them as they were floating down.
For those of you who are watching this video on its initial release date, you'll have to wait for a week, maybe two, for that video to come out. I'm going to be helping Al with his plumbing, and then I have a plumbing project up at my cabin that I'm going to be working on. So I got a lot more videos that I'm working on filming and editing, and I'm really looking forward to putting those out and letting you all check them out. So as always, I really appreciate you guys checking out my videos, and my hope is that they are having a positive impact on you. That's all I'm trying to do, really. So thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.